Hey, yo, hey. Back here to have a discussion around the 12 lies that the world have told entrepreneurs. Full transparency, I believed every single one. And as the CEO of AC Marketing Caribbean, delusion was extremely important in order for me to succeed. But I think it's still a discussion for us to have. Now, it's interesting because this particular lie, I want to tell you a story because the bank I used to, the bank that I had paid off my debt, that 50,000 that I spoke about in a couple of videos before, somebody gave me a call and I assumed that, I was probably on a list of good credit customer without an existing loan, so they decided to give me a call. And this particular loans officer proceeded to share all the special rates that they have for small business owners. And there's something that has happened to me. I think by the time I crossed my 20s, I realized that I've lost patience for situations where it's not beneficial to me. So I did apologize before interrupting him. Well, I interrupted him with an apology and I said, hey, I'm sorry to cut you. But until banks recognize the digital infrastructure as an expense, I don't think I'm the right fit for this promotion. And with that, obviously there was some silence because there was a vigor in the delivery, but I interrupted it. And it took about 10 seconds before he responded, yes, I will call you if anything changes. And I just kind of chuckled because it had the conviction of a mother dropping off her 3-year-old at foster care and say, don't cry, I'll be back. Yeah, no, dog, don't tell me. But the lie is you need to have an office to be a successful entrepreneur. And this is something that even when I knew that this was not the direction of my business, I still believed this lie because I kept seeing it amongst my peers, amongst the industry, amongst potential clients, because they value that ability to go to an office and ask somebody to bring them a coffee. I even put it on my vision board, and I realized in March of 2020 when you know what happened. A lot of us had to figure out how to be productive while boiling rice on the stove. And my business never needed to have a learning curve because it was built on Microsoft Teams. If you had watched my earlier video, you will know why. Spoiler alert, I worked at Microsoft. And there was never like a lull in the business. Actually, it grew over the next 12 to 18 months in the lockdown. And 2 years later, we have returned to some form of normalcy, but the traffic that exists, even in Trinidad and around the world, many companies have not adapted to remote working. And I mean, reasons can include lease agreements, people pay their money already, or just a lack of, there's no need for the business to actually change. And after I've engaged with a lot of business owners across the Caribbean and the world, I've realized something with this lie because it took some convincing for myself as well. But if a potential client values an office and that's important to them, then that's not a client for us. And that took some real professional growth, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm okay with that. I'm so lucky to be okay with that. And yeah, we're built online. My team entirely works remotely and we are very successful in what we do. We deliver on time. We gotta get the job done and I don't have to be like, you got in here at 8:55, you're supposed to be here at 9. You know that, right? Literally have never had that conversation in my life. So yeah, this idea that Trinidadians will work, I don't know where that came from, but my team, very hard workers. So yeah, apparently you don't need an office to be successful. All right, That's it. Join me for the next lie. I think I have one more lie to share with you, and it's been quite therapeutic actually to share this with you guys. Well, stick around for the last lie that the world have told entrepreneurs about entrepreneurs. Wait, yeah, the 12th lie that the world has told entrepreneurs. See you soon.